This video was brought to you by Squarespace. Be sure to stick around to the end of the video to find out how Squarespace and SuperCarlinBrothers can help you follow your dream.
Hey, brother! Welcome everyone to a special edition of Jay vs. Ben. We love Harry Potter and we love Pixar, so we thought it would be fun to sort Pixar characters into the Harry Potter houses.
This is going to be incredibly interesting. I
Yes.
feel like as we were going through and sorting everybody ourselves, it is a true test as to the knowledge you have on both subjects.
On both sides of things.
Because
yes.
you very much have to know every Pixar movie and so many characteristics about each of the houses.
Yes,
so
exactly.
I'm curious to see if we agree.
I am curious to see if we agree as well. Now, it is still a bit of a game, so how it's going to work is Derek is going to tell us the character we're going to be analyzing. Ben and I will write down what house we think they're in, we will reveal, and then if we agree, great, but if we disagree, we shall argue our point. And
To the death!
to determine which one of us is the winner, we're going to include a link to in the description where you can go vote yourselves, and we will use whatever wins in the voting as the true answer to determine which one of us got the point.
Oh my
so it
gosh.
could be that neither of us gets it right.
That's fascinating.
Right?
So this almost gives them all the power.
They would have to be really coordinated to upset our...
Hey, I
No.
think the Super Carlin Brother community could coordinate like
That's
crazy.
true. That is true. The people on the Super Carlin Brothers Discord, which you can join via our Patreon, are very organized sometimes.
Do you want to know who is not very organized today?
Me?
Me.
Oh, us.
I'm rocking my
Yeah, you've got Slytherin...
Slytherin
Shirt?
shirt, Hufflepuff scarf.
When I think of it as a Slytherin shirt, Newt Scamander scarf.
That is the way I choose to look at it.
That's how I look at it.
Repping both houses hard, so we'll see. But should we dive right on in?
Let's get started.
Hey, brother!
Character 1.
Buzz Lightyear.
Well, now I felt like this was pretty straightforward,
Checking
but
the notes.
let me check. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, no, and I was curious to see if you would end up having any characters that you found a really weird way to put them into a different house.
Well, I think I did, and I thought some of them weren't as straightforward as you think they are.
Ah.
But this one was not one. This one I felt, I don't know, we'll see.
Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Gryffindor. Yeah.
Yeah, that one totally makes sense.
Totally. See, my only hold up with Buzz was that, as programmed as a Space Ranger Buzz, he's like Gryffindor to a T, and when he sort of snaps out of it, I felt like maybe he leans a little puff on
Interesting,
that, you know?
interesting. See, there's this moment in Toy Story 3, let's just cut to clip. See, that kind of loyalty to the other toys, I don't know, that felt very Gryffindorish to me.
But it also feels kind of Hufflepuffy,
I guess it does.
you know?
I guess it does.
Like it's the loyalty. But I think the bravery is really where he sources, that's what's important to him.
It would seem so weird to think of Buzz Lightyear as a Hufflepuff.
Frankly, that's true. It would. It would
Yeah.
seem weird.
All right.
Gryffindor.
Next one.
Wally.
Wally is one of my favorite characters. Okay, hold on. All right, here. We have elaborate notes here.
I know,
to
I've
go
got
with
a whole
it.
notes. Yeah.
Okay, all right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hufflepuff.
No
Yes.
way!
Yes. What did you think I was gonna put?
Oh my God, we're going 2 for 2 so far.
Oh man.
I like this. I like when we're on the same team.
See, this is the reverse of Buzz, where I was leaning. It was like you could argue he's Gryffindor if you wanted.
Okay.
He's is very brave at times, but everything is about his loyalty to Eve. I
Yeah,
felt like.
absolutely. I don't think that he's necessarily being brave for some type of greater cause, which is what I would more associate with the Gryffindor. I feel like he is very much just following Eve.
Right.
Trying to make sure she's
and he is a great finder.
literally in my notes. Oh my God, I can't believe you beat me to the joke. I said
yeah.
basically his favorite hobby is finding things.
There you go.
Also, that scene when Eve is just in shutdown mode, patience out the wazoo. This guy really, he's patient.
He's patient.
He's a true Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
All right, 2 for 2.
Well, we'll see if they agree with us, though.
Is this even remotely fun if me and you agree on everything?
I hope we don't.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, there we go. All right.
Merida.
See, this one's almost not fair. We shouldn't have even put her on the list. Unless
Oh, this is I know.
Uh-oh, okay.
All right, this will be good. 3, 2, 1.
Gryffindor.
Slytherin.
No, Ben, the movie is called Brave.
I know. I literally also have that in my notes. I also
What do Gryffindors value?
red hair. Red hair.
To my point.
Hand-me-down robes.
She does
You
not
must
have
be a Weasley.
She does not have hand-me-down robes. She's very rich.
No. She's prideful, resourceful, intelligent, determined. Like,
I mean, she's like cunning in that she tries to like, but I don't even think she's not like that clever about how she's cunning. She's just like this magic witch pops up and she's just like, oh, okay, I wish I could change my fate. And then, like, it's not like she works out some sneaky plan or anything.
yeah, but I think she's still like she's much more individualistic. I think in the way that she's approaching things. Like she is very much like pioneering on her own. And I think
that
there's
sounds brave to me.
I think no.
This is gonna, you guys help us decide.
Oh,
Gryffindor or
right.
Slytherin.
Man, see, we were
For
getting along so well
Merida
there.
the Brave.
All right.
Okay.
So different one.
Okay.
Moving on.
Mater.
I keep having to refer back to my notes. You ready? 3,
Yep.
2, 1.
Hufflepuff. Yeah.
All the way.
The point of his character is to be Lightning's best friend.
Yes.
And
yes.
he's like loyal to a fault.
Right.
Like I would say that's his character. If you could write one sentence about Mater, it's that loyal to a fault.
AKA all
AKA
Hufflepuffs.
All Hufflepuffs.
Yeah. No, I think that one's pretty straightforward.
I think so.
No arguments necessary.
No argument. I mean,
That was one where I really wanted to put like Ravenclaw though, because I just wanted to be like, it seems like he always ends up like giving really good advice accidentally.
You know what? There weirdly is arguments for the other houses. Like he does give, like, you're right, maybe, but you could say he does a lot of brave things in Cars 2 if you want to remember that movie. And then you could even say like he's not like street smart or he's not book smart, but he does like get things done, which would kind of be more like Slytherin-y.
Sure.
But I still think Hufflepuff, hands down. That's that's what he values.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Moving on.
Mike Wazowski.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Slytherin. Oh, I wasn't sure if you'd do it. I wasn't sure if you'd go Slytherin on that one.
All right, because Mike is an interesting one because it's like he's part of this dynamic duo, but especially when you learn more about like his like Monsters U version of Mike, like where he gets there and he's like,
that's what it was based a lot on, was Monsters U version. Like just Monsters Inc. version, I think is a little more Hufflepuff.
Right, yeah. Like, what is his quote about friendship? Or does that come in Monsters U?
I think it did. Yeah, I think it is Monsters U. But then the other one, I had trouble with Mike. Because I also was like, he's also like the straight A student, like he's super smart,
right?
So I was leaning a little Ravenclaw, but he's just like
that though. It's because of like hard working. Like he wasn't necessarily like basically talented. So like you could almost go Ravenclaw in that situation.
Yeah,
or Hufflepuff rather is what I was going to say.
Yeah, you could do that as well.
Right.
But I felt like at the end, like he's always like he's really concerned about the all-time scare record.
Right.
Like.
Oh, and he's got like the cute girlfriend in the cool
who's
car.
got snakes in her hair.
Snakes, y'all. See, now that was a dead giveaway all day.
Right. He's green. No.
He cares so much. Like he keeps having like the failure of notoriety. Like I was on TV.
Right.
But like he values it.
Yes, he
like
does.
The fame.
He does. He values the fame.
So yeah.
Although that's more like Lockhart, who was Ravenclaw.
Well, that is true. That is true. Yep, so you can make that point.
Either way, I think I'm leaning Slytherin, but I could hear arguments for Ravenclaw and Hufflepuff.
Okay.
But certainly not Gryffindor.
No, but I think Sully is Gryffindor. Which is
This is a different video.
Sorry. Okay, we won't get into how that partnership would work. All right, next up.
Edna.
Oh my goodness.
Edna Mode. Possibly one of my favorite characters in all of Pixardom. Although she is totally one of those characters that I hope they don't mate her in Incredibles 2.
Oh my gosh, I'm so nervous about it.
They have to use her the exact correct amount.
I hope they don't Maz Kanata her either.
Right, where they make her like this.
They
like,
don't make
weird,
her like some super, like in the middle of the action person all of a sudden.
Yeah, no, that'd be weird. All right,
okay.
3, 2, 1. Ravenclaw.
I said Hatstall Gryffindor.
Interesting.
I think
I was torn between Ravenclaw and Slytherin.
Now, see, I said hat stall because I was literally torn on every single house.
No way.
I think the Sorting Hat would spend like 10 minutes on her. Because this one on our list today was my hardest one.
No.
Yes.
Fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating. I did have a hard time with this one because I kept trying to think of like what actually drives her. But I think because she likes the association with with the supers.
Right.
And she sort of has that like Slughornish quality where she like almost like collects creating suits for all of the supers. Like, could you see that or no?
Maybe. I don't think see her as like collecting people as like a way to like empower herself. I said Gryffindor because I thought she's obviously insanely smart and like really like, and that to me was like the Ravenclaw part of it. She's obviously like extremely loyal to all the supers.
Okay.
And like, is in the fight, and that made it kind of Hufflepuff for me. And then she does have like the homing beacon, and she like encourages Helen to like figure out where he is by the sneaky methods.
Oh, right.
That was sort of the Slytherin part. She's very ambitious, obviously, and she's still succeeding. But then all of those things are true, but the thing that she values the most is like the courage and bravery. Like when she sees Helen like sobbing, she's like, "Pull yourself together,"
Yes. Hold on. Play that clip now.
Yeah.
Pull yourself together.
And then back to back.
Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
And again.
Pull yourself together.
Pull yourself together.
So,
I want to compare you as much as possible.
Great. Edna's voiced by
Brad
Brad
Bird.
Bird. Yeah. So that was my rationale for Gryffindor.
Okay.
That, like all of them are there, but it's what she values. It's not always like how you are. Like Neville, you could say, should have been Hufflepuff, but what he valued...
Hufflepuff.
Flufflepuff. You know what I mean. Those duffers. But the Sorting Hat knew that like it's not what you are, it's what you value.
Sure.
So you don't have to be super smart to be in Ravenclaw as long as you value intelligence.
Right. Well, we don't have to linger on her too much longer. But the other character that she did remind me of, who was a Ravenclaw, is Ollivander.
Oh yes.
With a little bit of the like very much dedication to her craft, and like to the tune where she would like recognize her work. Very specifically, even if it was years later.
Yes.
So, I don't know. That was... Okay, and moving on.
Russell.
Ooh. Yes.
Do you know? I'm going to have to decide this in the moment.
In the moment? Are you not going by your notes?
My notes are undecided.
Fascinating.
Okay.
Okay.
This is in the moment.
I thought this one was obvious.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Hufflepuff.
Russellpuff.
Hufflepuff.
100%.
So you said Hufflepuff. I was between Hufflepuff and Gryffindor for Russell because he is brave. Like he doesn't even hesitate to go after Kevin with his balloons and leaf blower thing.
Sure.
And like he's very selfless in that way. But then I kept thinking like his like dad is gone and he's he really values that time at the end with Carl.
Sure.
When he gives him the Ellie badge and they're sitting there eating the ice cream cones.
Playing the car game.
Such
a good one. I love when Doug says gray one.
Yes, because he's colorblind.
That's a perfect little accent. No, yeah, like I feel like a lot of his stuff is usually driven by like loyalty to the characters around him. So it's like he like immediately cares for Kevin
and
as
Doug,
if like
you're right.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I wrote down definitely not Ravenclaw.
Yes, no, definitely. I don't think he has clever.
I don't think he has clever. I don't think so. But I even thought there was a potential to like argue Slytherin because he's like merit badges. He's like getting it done.
Yeah, no,
he's ambitious in that way. But
no, I don't think it's ambition. I think it's
just hard work. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, this is the kid that strapped a bunch of balloons to himself and planned to propel himself through the air with a leaf blower. Russellpuff. All day.
Spot
from The Good Dinosaur.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Mm-hmm. Easy. 3, 2, 1.
Ravenclaw.
No.
Really?
Look. Spot is like so smart. He's like making stuff the whole movie. Like, he's just like just figuring it out. He has no one to teach him anything. He's just getting it done.
But he's also, like, he's very brave. He's very protective. So, like,
Sure.
You know, he is, like, literally protecting... I mean, Gryffindors are basically dogs, right? And Spot is effectively a dog in this movie.
See, he is, but, the portrayal is like a dog because he's, like, the dinosaur. He's, like, a pet. But, like, the catch is that he's not a dog. He's a human. And he's smarter than everyone else, but he's only, like, this big.
Interesting. I feel like a lot of Spot is coming from, like, instincts, though. You know, like, he was kind of, you know, born in the wild and had to figure out a way to manage himself. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, you know, trial by fire. It's like you have to figure out your situation.
Yep.
And I feel like that's what he's done. So he has figured out how to survive. But I feel like most of his actions after he meets Arlo is to protect Arlo.
I guess so, but I don't think it's entirely instinct because it's like instinct would like send you in. I don't know. I think it's intelligence.
Okay. All right. Well,
there you go. This is a big one.
This is a big one.
This could determine a winner.
I know.
Everyone's gonna be like Slytherin.
Colette.
I think this one's fairly obvious.
I thought it was pretty obvious, but we'll see.
Oh, no, I'm so sure you're going to go with the other one.
Okay.
3, 2, 1.
Slytherin.
Oh,
yeah, okay.
Okay, I thought
what
you
was
might
the
go
other one?
Ravenclaw.
No. She's ambitious. She's like woman in the workplace.
Yes, oh no,
fighting
absolutely.
against the odds.
Right, there's
Yeah.
one scene where she's like, keep your stations clear or I will kill you.
Right.
It's like, yeah, she is hardcore driven.
Yeah. But
So-
she's a great example of like a really positive character who is a Slytherin.
Right,
You know?
that's a good point. That's
I
a good
think,
point.
you know, like she's capable of like falling in love and having a happy relationship and all that, but she is like business first.
Oh, sure. Plus, it reveals like the unknown fact about Slytherins and how much they love the sound of bread.
Oh, symphony of crackle. Only great bread sung this way.
Princess Atta.
These were harder. I feel bad for this one.
I'll tell you what, this one was more like it wasn't. She shines through with it. I felt like it was almost like by default. I had to like land her somewhere.
Interesting. Interesting. All right, well, let's see what it is. 3, 2, 1.
Ravenclaw. There you go. We're in agreement.
Man, we are more than I would have expected agreeing on these.
I agree. Although the ones we disagree on, I think it's vast.
Right. Okay.
But-
So this one, and I know this is like the worst supporting argument for why she be a Ravenclaw, but she kind of reminds me of Hermione. Who I feel like Hermione is the main character that is a Gryffindor, but like features a lot of characteristics
Oh right.
of a Ravenclaw. But like she is very, very capable, but then still also doubts herself.
Sure.
And I feel like that's how Hermione is. Like every exam time, she's always like so certain that she's failed. Or with her OWLs,
Right.
She's like convinced that she
She's
failed
like
everything.
failed everything. Yeah.
Right.
And of course she didn't, and she did make a good. She has like no self-confidence about her own intelligence.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Which
To me it was like she has like a brave moment when she like goes and like helps Flick, and she definitely I don't feel like cares. She cares more about herself than I think she does like she's not warm and feely or anything.
Sure,
she's not like Hufflepuffing it. And then I didn't think she didn't seem like that. She didn't need to be ambitious because she's already on top. So I was just sort of like I think she seems like she cares about doing a good job. So yeah, sort of what you were saying, and that's why I got Ravenclaw.
Right, and yeah, like you said, like with the brave action, that's almost like where she did a brave thing when the situation presented itself.
Right.
But it's like, what do you exhibit as like your base behavior? Mm-hmm. Yeah, very different.
Ravenclaw.
Very different. Ravenclaw.
Disgust.
This one I thought was going to be fairly obvious to me, and then I had a harder time sorting her.
I had a little bit of a hard time, and then found a character that I thought she reminded me of, and that was I'll go ahead. We'll reveal 3, 2.
Slytherin.
Hufflepuff.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
You went with the green thing.
I did. I see. I wrote not because she was green on my notes, but
Not
she
because she
is-
was green.
She is green.
My immediate thought upon hearing it was like, yep, that sounds right. But she does have that like cool girl facade.
Yeah.
That you can imagine from the tropey like high school girl.
Yeah.
Head cheerleader.
Well, it's like all of the things she's trying to do to get Riley to be like cooler and stuff are not like are not like book smarty type things. It's like very like social politicking, social maneuvering, which seemed a lot more like Slytherin-y to me.
That is
which is where I got. And she didn't seem like particularly brave or Gryffindor. Like that definitely wasn't important to her. Like wearing your heart on the sleeve, that would be like not as cool or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm interested to hear your rationale for Hufflepuff though.
I was thinking she reminds me a lot of Justin Finch Fletchley.
Okay.
Who is like a very like status-driven character.
Okay.
So
yeah.
he's the one who like was. I'm gonna say it wrong. Eton.
The school,
the prestigious
the school. Yeah.
Yeah. That he was.
Eton.
Okay. Eton. So like. I guess for like in comparison to like an American school, it would be like going to Harvard or something. Like he sort of talks like that. He wants to associate like with.
I can
Harry.
see what you mean. Amos Diggory is kind of like that too. I assume he was Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could see that. Yeah. So overly voicing opinions is like they're all characteristics of like this one character that I otherwise thought you make a good argument for Slytherin. So
sure. Okay. Well, Hufflepuff, Slytherin.
Sure.
Maybe something else. She. I don't see Ravenclaw at all. But we'll see. It's, maybe the people will agree. Maybe they won't.
Hector.
Your enunciation sometimes is just so spectacular.
Thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
I thought this one was pretty straightforward, but we disagreed on that before.
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1.
Hufflepuff.
Gryffindor.
Are you kidding?
For real?
No. Ben. Okay, go on. Let me hear it.
You're gonna say family, aren't you?
I'm gonna say family values and like that's his whole. I'm surprised you even put Gryffindor. My other one was Slytherin.
Really?
Well, yes, because he's like trying to like connive his way back into the real world.
He's like a trickster. He reminds me of like James or like the Marauders or Fred and George.
That's not a bad argument.
He
but
uses, he's got like the goofy disguises. And all right, so my big thing with him is that the reason I didn't go Slytherin is because he was in the living world, like before he was killed. Spoilers.
No. Okay, spoilers.
But he is very, very talented. But he doesn't choose like necessarily to pursue the path that would be like exploiting necessarily his talent. And loyalty is still a characteristic of a Gryffindor.
Like his big famous song is "Remember Me." Spoilers. And
whoops.
And like that's not. It's not about himself. It's about his little girl. And,
Spoilers.
And like everything he's doing is to spend time with them because like that's what's important to him is the close family bond. So I don't know. I thought Hufflepuff seemed obvious, but I can see why you would say Gryffindor with the tricksters and like Fred and George and them.
Yeah. It seems like everything we're trying to do with this particular video is just spoil everything about Coco.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Well, that was interesting.
Do we have any more? Is that the last one?
I think that was the last one. I would be curious, but I didn't keep a good track on how many we had in common. It was more than I expected it to be.
Yes, I agree. It was more. We'll have to be more deep cut with our characters next time.
We're gonna have
Although
to.
that being said, it was hard for any like hero character not to put Gryffindor or something because like they all make brave moments in their movies by the nature of heroes.
And some of them are just called brave.
Yeah, but you didn't even call her Gryffindor.
I know. I thought it was like I thought that was like a trick play.
You thought it was a trick play. Yeah.
This is why I wasn't.
Some things are obvious for a reason. So that's where Ben and I think the different Pixar characters should be sorted, but we need your help to determine the true winner of today's contest. So we're asking you guys to head over to SuperCarlinSorting.com, a website we put together on Squarespace, which was super easy. I've never put any website together before, and I did this in about 10 minutes. So just head over there. We'll put a link in the description and click on the vote button, and you will be able to sort all of the different characters yourselves. We'll compare the answers and see which one of us actually won.
I think it's gonna be me.
No.
Also, with our partnership with Squarespace, we are offering a $1,000 scholarship to help you in your search to become an online creator of any kind, whether it's creating your own online blog, just unique web presence, or an online store. All you have to do to enter and win is go to squarespace.com to start your free trial, and when you're ready to go, use squarespace.com/SCB for 10% off your first order.
And once your site is live, just tweet a link to us with #PickMeSCB. Ben and I will review all of the different entries and choose our favorite, and that person will receive $1,000 to get started on their own online adventure.
All of the submissions will be due by February 28th.
Can't wait to see them.
I know, I'm so excited. You
Yeah.
guys gotta just go and like be creative.
Guys, that's all we've got for you today. I had fun arguing with you.
Oh my gosh, this was super cool. I don't know what was more fun, agreeing or disagreeing.
I know. Well, I'm curious to see what everybody else thinks. And I'm curious to know, let us know in the towel section, what did you think of this game? Would you like to see us sort more characters into houses? We can definitely make this a recurring thing because it was super fun. But let us know. And I think, do you have anything else?
I think that's all for today.
All right. Well, then we'll see you in another life.
Bye.